Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Star Factory. I just recorded a clip and then construction noises happened, so I had to delete it because it was really annoying. But in here, below my feet, we have a celestial crystal, which you can get by just putting down a bucket of starlight, tossing in a regular old rock crystal and a piece of stardust, and eventually it eats up the starlight and creates a rock crystal. And it's currently, I believe, at stage 0 of growth. You can see that on the top right bottom row. And basically, we just need to leave this and it's going to grow. And eventually it's going to grow to its maximum capacity. And then we can break it. And we can use that to create our next tier of the altar, which is the iridescent altar. And I just want to get this going so we can then set it up over here. And we can then build the base around it. Because I think it's okay if we keep this crystal where it is, and we keep the altar on the bottom floor, and then we can put some stairs on each of the 4 sides, possibly, and we can have the base lifted up a little bit so we have some underneath space to work with. I know we can break this nothingness. I don't know how much space exactly we have underneath, so we might just build the base flat. I'll decide that once we get there, but right now it's currently just waiting for this. So in the meantime, let me explain a few things that I did in between episodes. I tore down my tree because we don't really need it that much. And also, I made a radiant tank, which is now holding 33 buckets of liquid starlight. And the maximum capacity that it can hold is 160 buckets, or 160,000 millibuckets. And I made the Scepter of Revelation and also the Scepter of Manipulation. The Revelation just shows you what it's storing and how much it can store and how much it has. The Scepter of Manipulation, you can sneak right click onto the block and you can get 3 upgrade slots and also some other upgrade slots. I think you can put in like a void upgrade of sorts. If we do at Arcane, I believe this Devouring Charm, voids, items, and fluids can be used as an optional upgrade to add voiding to radiant tanks and radiant troves. But these 3 are basically, this one is the first year upgrade for tanks and troves. Troves are basically, I believe, where are they? This. It's basically a single item storage. I think it can hold 1,024 stacks, I believe. And then you can upgrade it as well. But the containment field is a specific upgrade for the 2nd tier for radiant tanks. And then the shaped radiant quartz block is the 3rd tier upgrade for radiant tanks and radiant troves. So you can use that. In here, I believe this is the Radiant Trove upgrade that I made on accident. So we have this tank that is linked up to the Radiant Amphora, and you can sneak left click to change from filling and collecting mode. So if we basically go into collect mode, we can just collect starlight, no problem, and it goes directly into that tank. So if we then sneak left click, we can then deposit starlight and it can be placed anywhere in the world. So that is pretty cool. I also made a time in a bottle like 5 minutes ago. You can see where I was recording the last clip. So this guy is going to collect time. And what we can then do with that time, we can sneak right click. Oh, are you already done? No, you're stage 2. We can sneak right click and speed up blocks to a specific time. And the more time we have, the faster it can go, up to like 5 stages, I think. There is a last circle that comes across this little thingy. Yeah, we're not done. It's stage 3. I think it has 4 stages. So I'm just going to leave it be and see if it's going to go up one more stage while we work on some other things. Basically, I need to kind of tear down everything because we're going to upgrade the altar once we get this guy to its last stage. Are you done? No. Stage 3 still. I'm really not sure if this is the last stage or if it has one more. Anyway, we're going to just leave it be for a little bit and see if it changes. But I'm going to tear down my charcoal production, all of these barrels. I'll just move them out of the way with this because we can sneak right click to move them around. So I'm just going to move them out of the way. We can build the next tier of the altar right here and then build the base around it. It is now the next day, And all day yesterday, they were working downstairs, hammering, and I couldn't record a single clip besides the few clips that we have from before in this video where I was just building a few of this. And basically, this means that I did a whole bunch of stuff off camera, and I'm going to show it to you now. So it's not much, but it is a few things. So I did a bunch of building. As you can see, we have a little bit of a platform now, and we can expand it, kind of like going with more circles if we need more places for items to be crafted. And I kind of want to have everything connected on this transfer pipe, because if we have a transfer node right here beneath the indexer, we can see the aquamarine, and we can see, for example, the ender pearls. And the aquamarine is being crafted right over here, and the ender pearls right over here. And I was tossing around the idea of having this redstone controlled, like we can control the auto crafter with redstone. And also let's move this kind of like this and like this. It really doesn't matter, but we can control this with redstone. And I think I have this guy set to redstone off. We can set it to always on. And we can do that. Or we can just toss the creative storage upgrade inside, and then it basically just is going to store a near infinite amount of aquamarine, and it's just going to do its thing forever, basically, and it's going to try and craft as many as possible. So I think that is fine. I don't think a single mechanical crafter for each of the items is going to cause too much of an issue, and we can use redstone control for other things, for example, but not the basic items that we can craft. So what I'm thinking is we can have a setup where we have a cobblestone generator underneath, and we have cobblestone in one of these. And then we have a furnace, and we just extract out of this drawer through an ender porcupine into an ender chest, or we just directly fill an ender chest from the transfer node. That could also be the case. And we can then extract out of that ender chest just into a regular vanilla furnace. We don't need to even use power for this, which I did set up right over here. And we can just use a regular furnace for our needs. It's not going to be that necessary that we use anything else, because we already have 15,000 stone, and we're not going to need more or quicker smelting than just one regular vanilla furnace. We can do one for charcoal and stuff like that, so we can set them up underneath here. And I decided not to go up with the base kind of like I wanted to, because I think it's easier to just dig the underneath here. It is a little bit slow even with a diamond pickaxe, but I think at some point we can get some enchanting going. I don't know if we have a way of farming XP, but we can use furnaces for XP, and I have 4 in here. And I just remembered I wanted to make one thing. I wanted to make some magical wood. So I think I have a bookshelf somewhere. Yeah, it was right there. Give me this bookshelf. And also I need a piece of gold. I don't think I have gold on here. I do not. Get me like 9 nuggets. Okay, and then we can make a golden ingot. And then I believe we need just a plain old crafting table, which I should have in here. And the indexer is okay. It's kind of cheap to make, but it's fine for the time being. Hold on, I have barrels, I think, for gold and ice and wood. Yeah, we need to set those up. I think I'll do them on all 4 corners, because we have 4 different items. We have the marble, the gold, the ice, and the wood. So for the time being, I'm just gonna grab a bit of gold. And we need a bag of holding is what I wanted to make, which is just 2 chests, which are gonna come over here, and then we go, bag of holding. Cool. So with this, I can toss in my barrel hammer, my barrel painter that I made in between episodes, my infused picks, linking tools, redstone tools, thingy bobs. We can toss in the redstone components in here that I was trying to use. But yeah, I'm using this shipping crate block of gold because it has a cool connected texture, and I think it fits nicely with the whole Astral theme. So yeah, let me go do a little bit more work, and we can dig out a bit more space underneath here, and I can show you how to set up the crafters yourself. All right, let's set up one simple drawer right here. So we're gonna go like so, and I'm gonna grab my wrenchy doodle. I'm gonna need it, and we're gonna just disable this. And in here, we're gonna just say a item barrel with ice and then we're gonna cover it up, and now we should be able to see ice in here somewhere. Yeah, 64 ice. I can request 1 ice. I can toss it back in, and it should go. Is it going in here? It's going in here first. Yeah, because that's connected. Okay. Right. So I don't know if there's a way where we can kind of prevent this from happening, but eventually we should have the chests somewhere further away from all of the drawers, so we can have still. This could be kind of like the last spot where items can go to, and probably we're not going to be using this chest very much anyway, so it should be fine, I think. But over here, I dug a little bit of a hole, and we have access to the underneath now here. And I'm gonna grab these slivers of light, which you can acquire by smashing radiant quartz against stone. And I think I can place these on the bottoms of blocks. Yeah. So let's do kind of like 4. Ooh, I'm gonna dig this around because I want to access to the corners, just so we have a little bit of light coming through. Because it's gonna be really dark otherwise. So let's do like all corners here for some light. We can have one in here. Oh, this is our spectral relay. Yeah, we can have 1 light here, and then here, and I'm gonna dig out a bit more here for the light a little bit later. Okay, so that's how you connect just regular drawers down. And what I think we can do, we're making sticks, we're making chests, and we're making planks out of the wood, which is 3 crafts, which we have 1 here, 1 here, and we can have the wood there. So we could have potentially planks and sticks and then chests in a different spot, or I could just hide chests underneath. We're going to see how many other crafts we want to store. I don't really think we need to store gold blocks, because they don't have that many uses other than making an overclock generator. And ooh, they have uses here though. Yeah, we can probably set this up later once we need direct recipes for this, because I believe these are used to make the Kikoku, which I believe is one of the quests here in the challenges. I think, yeah, the secret ending, you need to make the Kikoku. I guess we could set up gold somewhere. And golden apples as well, but I think I'd rather just use the forbidden fruit than the golden apples, because the forbidden fruit gives you saturation, and that way you don't really run out of hunger for a little while. Okay, so let's say we want to do the gold blocks, which are gonna be this right down here. So bam, we're gonna add an infinity gold barrel right next to it. We'll put it right here in the front, that's fine. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so what we can then do is grab a transfer node from our indexer. Give me all of these, please. Thank you. And we can then just say bam, 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 bam. And we need to hook it up to the indexer. So I think we'll run a straight line right through here, which is going to remove this like so. And we can then just run a cable. Actually, you know what? We're going to hook it into this. I think this is going to be simpler, less transfer nodes. And what you want to do specifically is you want to click on this part of the transfer node and get those 3 lines, which basically means that the gold cannot go over here left through the transfer node. Otherwise, it's going to try and put gold blocks into here, for example. So you really do not want that. Otherwise, it takes 5 years for gold to get stored in there. This way, it only has to check like this, this, and this, and then it puts the gold inside. And I believe you are currently locked. Yeah. So let's grab 1 golden thingy and toss it in here. Okay, and I think this is pulling 9 gold at a time out of the barrel. I think that should be fine. We could add another barrel if we wanted to, just for symmetry's sake. So we have 2 on either side. Okay. So that is basically how you do the crafting, and this is the real important bit. So in here, we should be able to quantify it like so, and we should be getting gold blocks in infinite quantities as soon as we add a creative infinite upgrade thing, this guy. And it's just going to make gold forever and ever and ever. And if we ever want to stop it, we can just place like a redstone block or something, or a lever somewhere down there, and we can trigger it on and off if need be. I had an idea of how we can reduce the priority here, and I didn't know this was the case, but I made transfer pipe filters, and you can set a priority high, low, neutral. And we're just going to set low priority. So I think it should go to every place else beforehand and not go into here. So that should be wonderful. And we now have gold added to the system as well as the gold blocks. And we're going to go add the forbidden fruits, I think. So we're going to go grab this mechanical crafter. We're going to place it down here. I need to dig in another hole and connect it up. And we can then set this up. Well, that transfer filter is a problem. Because we don't have a filter, I guess, in here, we can't see the contents of the chest, which is kind of sad. But I could potentially, I think I might have enough string to make another filter. I might not. I think I have string. Oh no, I have it in here, but we can't see it, right? So the filter is, I believe, 4 redstone and 4 sticks, and a string. I do have. Let's just make 4 filters, or 3 filters, I should say. Bam, bam. So if I add a filter here, and we say, let's say blacklist bag of holding, right? And we put this in here. Do we see everything now? No. Interesting. I mean, we can set the priority this way, but we don't see the chest. Okay, that might become an issue. So let's toss this off. And now we should be able to see the chest, right? Yeah, and we can see everything in here. What if we make the this guy, the transfer filter? What if we make this? Can I make it? I need stone, I believe, which is right out here. A couple pieces, and then everything else I should have, I think. Yep. Okay. Transfer filter. Toss this in here. So do you do anything differently? So if we toss you right there, you have unlimited. You're the single item, single stack. Okay. So if we do that, then this should still be visible, I think. Yeah, but we could filter items. So if we do a blacklist and bag of holding, we can still see the items, but we could potentially set a blacklist of items that can't go inside, which would be all the things that we're auto-crafting. That could be an interesting thing. Yeah, maybe. I think I have kind of a temporary solution. We're gonna split the chest and move it away from this main central line that we have, and we're gonna have another transfer node right here that is gonna extract everything but the items that we're adding to the drawers. So we're gonna go around and we're gonna try and fill up as many of these drawers as we can with different crafting items, and then we're gonna set up a filter and hopefully this will work. Alright, I did a little bit more work and we now have gold blocks as we had before. I added golden ingots. Here we have the forbidden fruits being made. We have an infinite amount of them being made. It doesn't matter, it's fine. Here we're going to set up cobblestone and stone, and on this side I have expanded a little bit because we're making kind of 4 items from the wood. We're making sticks, we're making planks, we're making chests, and we're also making charcoal. And the charcoal I want to set up here together. I added a furnace, this guy, that is going to require power. So I have made a few of these wireless RF transmitters, and we have this wireless RF battery here, which basically links up to these, and they can transfer 80 RF per tick. For each one of the blocks here. So what we can do is we can just go underneath here, smack this guy down, and this should, I think it's going to use 1 grid power to power this furnace, which is perfectly fine. And we're also going to make an anvil because I want to make some flat transfer nodes. And if we do this, we should get all the things required. There we go. Anvil. Oh, I already have one. That doesn't matter. Okay, so I think you can do this and this. Oh, it has to be possibly in a crafting table. So this plus this. Yes, we get 8 flat transfer nodes. Cool. We can't toss that back in because we don't have a transfer node. Anyway, so here, what we are going to do is if we put this on here, I think this is input output. So this should transfer the items in. Let's do, you know what, since I'm doing 2 barrels for each of these things, let's do this. And let's remove this one on the back. Are you going to transfer in the right stuff? No. Yeah, I always forget. It's the opposite way, I think. So if we do shift and then right click. Yeah. Extra utilities 2 ran into a problem. Okay, sure. Yeah, this works. It's going to toss in some wood, and we can put it on both sides just so it's going to transfer twice as fast, but it doesn't really matter. I just want the symmetry. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so on this side, we have, again, 2 woods making chests. And then here we have 2 woods making planks. And I think, you know what, we can probably just do this. We're going to remove the outside ones because we're using 1 for each of these, and it's pointless if we use 2. Oh, that pops off both of them. Ah, okay, that's what happened before. Okay, so shift and then left click, or right click, sorry, and then we can place this one down. And the flat transfer nodes do mess with your inventory a little bit. So you saw there I was trying to place the barrel and it didn't want to place. So that does happen every so often. So we can do something like this, and that should be fine. Cool. Okay, so everything is working here. We are getting charcoal as well, and I think it's slightly faster, and you apparently have a transfer pipe thingy in here. That's fine. So this should be increasing in numbers slowly but surely. Yep, it's going up. Cool. So we can pretty much close all of these off with some sooty marble once they are complete, because we don't really need to go downstairs to check on them at any point in time. So that should be fine. Like so. This one can close up as well. And then this one here. What I do realize is that I'm not going to have really a way of getting downstairs. So what we could potentially do is we can utilize this space to get like a staircase going down. And we can even design the bottom basement part where you can actually go and check how things are being made if people want to actually download the pack and play the world that I am going to provide after the pack is done, basically. So yeah, now I'm going to add probably on all 4 sides those 2, because we're going to need to make more things out of other things anyway. For example, the gold we need to crush, I believe, and then we can toss it in some liquid starlight to make some glowstone dust, so we can make that. And I don't think we need the gold dust for anything else. Yeah, it's only used to make gold ore, which is used to make more gold, which is fine. So we can just turn it directly into, toss it directly into a crusher, turn it into the dust, and then toss it into some starlight and collect the glowstone and put it into the drawer here on top. To set up the cobblestone generator is going to be super simple. We're just going to have the mining upgrade and the 4 speed upgrades in here. And I actually might even not have the speed upgrades because we're getting cobblestone so quickly. We don't need to get this any faster and use up any more grid power, because I think this will use a bit of grid power. Yeah, it's using 4 point something, so it's not necessary. And what we're going to have is water and lava next to it, but we need to contain it somehow. And I just don't want to have a mass of blocks around here. So we're going to use some forged micro blocks. I made an iron saw, and we can turn that into some slabs, some panels, some covers, and then I think you move it like this to make some strips. So what we're going to do is we're going to place these on the outside of the blocks here like so, and then we can place a water in, and then we can place this like so, and we can place some lava in, and this should be making cobblestone. If we put some in here and then grab the quantify key, we should be getting cobblestone in here. There we go. And we're going to also just take this drawer, put it down here. We're going to grab our transfer node, or transfer pipe, I should say. Put a stack upgrade and the 4 speed upgrades in here, and then just the transfer pipe. And we're just going to let this go. And I'm just going to wait for it to transfer. It's going to take 5 years probably, but it is going to do its thing. We're going to put a creative infinite storage upgrade in here as well. And I think you can turn the... Can I make the strips into nooks? I think you can. Hold on. Strips? Yeah, you can make nooks. So we can put like a corner bit in here in each one of these. Boom. Boom. So it kind of looks nice and cool. And then we're also going to make another one of the strips. Other way. There we go. We're going to put it in front of the cobblestone. There we go. Ah. No. Here. Thank you. So that looks kind of neat and cool. And it's making cobblestone. So that is wonderful. And I can't fly now. Oh, because of that. Okay. If we put this in here, we're at... If I try and fly, we don't have enough grid power right now. Okay, cool. So that is the perfect point where we can start getting into a dragon egg mill, right? For that, we're going to need 2 nether stars. I think I used the last one. No, we still have 1. But we need another one, which is going to require another one of the end stones, the radiant quartz, the glowstone, and the vibrant infuses woods, which I'll do off camera because we already did it. But we need the dragon egg, which is going to require an elytra, which requires some spectre strings, some feathers, a spectre ingot, which is made with lapis gold and ectoplasm. And we made ectoplasm before with resonating gems. And I'm going to try and see if we can get... hold on. We need aquamarine. Give me 1, please. And then I'm also going to grab a piece of dirt and a sapling. And I'm going to show you a neato thing. Oh, we don't have the Starlight infuser. Okay. We need to reset up the Starlight infuser. Okay, so where do we put this where it's not going to be in the way of us building the base right now? Because we have those water mills over there that are kind of in the way. And yeah, okay, let me rebuild the Starlight infuser real quick off camera and we can make a resonating gem so we can get some ectoplasm. I didn't really show it, but I made crushers and furnaces in between cuts here, and I did make 1 furnace for the charcoal. So we can use that instead of the grindstone to turn anything that needs to be crushed into whatever. So basically everything we did on the grindstone we can do in the crusher. So we can get ourselves some ectoplasm, and then I believe I can do this, and this, and this, and we get a spectre sapling, and I would need to grow this, so let's grab a watering can. I think I have it somewhere in here, and also just a bit of ice. And we're gonna put some marbles down here, and we can break this ice into some water, so I can refill this. And then we can pretty much hold on, right click and see if this will grow. And it should grow into a spectre tree. And we should potentially, or hopefully, get more ectoplasm out of this. And it might be simpler to just get more resonating gems, but I want to see how much we get out of this just so we can see. So I'll grow this and cut it down. And we have a spectre tree, and it said you get ectoplasm by breaking the leaves. I don't know if you get ectoplasm directly from the fast leaf decay. But let's just try. Can we break this? Ooh, we get spectre logs as well. What can you do with these? It's just regular wood and spectre saplings. It's just regular wood. Okay. So let's see. If we break all of this, do we fast leaf decay or regular leaf decay? Maybe I can just go around and break it with my hand and see if we get some ectoplasm. I looked at the time on the episode, and we're not going to have enough time to get ourselves a dragon egg mill with a dragon egg, so I'm going to make some containment chalices, which I have the recipe here for, and we don't have enough starlight. And I made these spectral relays, but I forgot to put glass lenses into them, because that way they will provide extra starlight. So if we toss all of these in here, we should be getting extra starlight in here. And if we now turn it to full on nighttime, which is currently turning to day, so let's just skip the day around. Like so. We should have enough. Yeah. Cool. We have enough starlight to make ourselves the containment chalice. Cool. So now we need to place aquamarines into these spectral relays. One at a time is going to show me where it needs the next one after it's done. So we need a couple of these in here for the craft to complete. And it is drawing from all of the corners, which is kind of cool. It has really nice animations, and then it puts beams of light connecting to all of these aquamarines. And I think I need 5 total, if I'm not mistaken, for this to finish. Maybe 6, but I think it's 5. Any more? I think this is it. I think it should complete at any point in time soon, maybe. Ah, there it goes. Aha, we have our first containment chalice. Cool. So let's get another craft going, and I'm going to toss the aquamarines in as well as it goes. But basically, what this containment chalice is going to do, it can hold 24 buckets of any liquid. I believe. And it is going to provide said liquid to different containers that can use it. And I believe you can use 2 containment chalices, one with lava and one with water. And you can turn that into kind of like a cobblestone slash stone slash obsidian generator. So that is pretty neat. Did I put it in the wrong spot? I don't know. No, I think it's fine. Okay, it's 5 of them. So what we can do is we can put the containment chalice close to this one. Maybe put it like here. And I think we can use an ender porcupine to insert into the bottom of it. Here, there's the next one. Cool. So I need 3, one for liquid starlight and one for the obsidian generator of sorts. We can make obsidian with the starlight infuser, or starlight transmutation, I should say, with magma blocks, but that requires magma cream, which requires slime balls and blaze powder, or just a slime ball in a starlight infuser. And the slime balls are made with ender pearls and super lubricant tincture from Random Things, which is made with water bottles and seeds and beans. And seeds are made with an oak sapling on a grindstone, and then we could make a wheat farm and grow them. And beans are made with some seeds and some vines in a luminous crafting table. And you can also grow those, so I guess essentially it wouldn't be too difficult to get, but it is more work, I think, than setting up 2 containment chalices and giving each a bucket of water and a bucket of lava, and I think then they will make obsidian automatically, so all we have to do is make another lava bucket, which shouldn't be too difficult with making just a few more netherrack bits. So let me just wait for one more of these to happen. There we go. And we can look at the containment chalice that we have underneath the starlight infuser. So the containment chalice can only be interacted manually with, automatically, I should say, from the bottom. So we could potentially put it right underneath the starlight infuser under the floor. And that, I think, should still provide starlight to everything, and we can just have everything underneath. But I kind of want to have also some place where I make the liquid starlight from the light wells. So I think we can have one of these starlight infusers, I'm thinking, that is just my idea. Maybe we have 4 starlight infusers, one on each side, because the infuser has a bunch of different recipes. And for example, resonating gems, I want to have all the time, because they're required for different recipes and making ectoplasm and all of that, and want to have an automatic way of creating those. Also, clay is a thing that we can make in here, so that I want to have on autocraft all the time. So that's 2 starlight infusers. One we need for manual operations, and then we can do, what else? We are gonna need one for the vibrant infused wood for the nether star at some point. So I think 4 is the perfect amount, and then we can use one manually. 3 of them we can have automated for different things, which is the resonating gems, the clay, and the vibrant wood, as I said. So we're gonna set up those. I'm probably gonna do it in between episodes, just set up 2 more I need to create or craft, and one I have already set, For the next step, we're gonna need a few ender tanks, which I have made. They are super simple to make. And I also made some liquid translocators, and we're gonna set up an ender porcupine right down here. And I think we need to go up 2 blocks on the Y, and that should be, yeah, it says 0 millibuckets if we sneak. You can see it shows this guy, which has currently 0 millibuckets of items. And down here, we're gonna just basically place a translocator right here, and then an ender tank right here. And we're probably just gonna be transferring liquid starlight in this pack, not water or anything else. So I think we can keep this on the white. So there we go. And over here, we're gonna take our radiant amphora, and we're basically just gonna do this for the time being. And we can probably do that. And that's gonna transfer liquid starlight. Cool. We can also grab a piece of glowstone and toss it here, so we transfer the starlight super quickly. And also another glowstone here, and we should see this guy is filled with liquid starlight. We can do one of that as well. So it's doing the whole thingy with the cube being really big and everything. So what we can do now is, for example, do a craft, and we should never ever run out of starlight. You can see it's pulling starlight directly from that. And I think the craft might be even quicker as well because of this. I'm not sure, but it is refilling Starlight automatically from our tank. So as long as we have Starlight in here, which we currently don't, and we're at 9.4 buckets of liquid Starlight, we should have a fully automatic system to craft this, or we can at least set up a fully automatic system when we have infinite Starlight, which we're going to set up probably in the next episode. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm really hoping you enjoyed today's episode. We did quite a bit of progress, and we're going to get to even more progress in the next episode. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm hoping you really enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, and you can also subscribe to get notified of when new videos go live. You can also support me on Patreon as well if you want to play with me here on this very server. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.